Hello there again, Cinephiles. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Robbie.
And welcome to our 5th installment of our Star Wars franchise reviews leading up to The Last Jedi, Attack of the Clones.
I will not let this republic be split in two. My negotiations will not fail.
If they do, there aren't enough Jedi to protect the Republic. We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
You know I don't like it when you do that.
Sorry, Master. I forgot you don't like flying.
Well, you've lost him.
If you'll excuse me.
I hate it when he does that.
Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, was once again directed by George Lucas. It's the middle chapter in the prequel trilogy. And it stars Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman, Ian McDiarmid, and Christopher Lee.
Yeah. So the plot is pretty much... It's
about 10 years after The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, the two Jedi, Obi-Wan
and now grown-up Anakin.
Anakin now, who's been sort of taken under Obi-Wan's wing, tracking down a bounty hunter, and that's pretty much the main premise for the film. And then again, they get caught up in... It's kind of hard to place a main character at this point, but it's probably Anakin.
Yeah.
Closer to Obi-Wan and maybe Padme as well.
Yeah.
The three of them pretty much get caught up in like a massive fiasco, like pretty much an entire war between the Trade Federation and the Republic,
and the emerging Sith, pretty much.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan stumbles across a secret Republic army that no one's heard about of clones, and they come and sort of help the Republic fight the battle against the Separatists essentially, and there's not much more to it.
That's pretty much it, yeah. And we get introduced to Count Dooku.
Jango Fett as well.
Jango Fett, Boba Fett's dad. And yeah, it's kind of a hit and miss movie. Again, like Phantom Menace, there's bits to love and a lot of bits really to not like at all. The dialogue mainly.
Yeah, like I said with the original, there was one scene that... Well, sorry, not with the original, with Phantom Menace. Yeah. The meeting scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin, I had the same negative emotion towards the first scene we see of Boba Fett. Like, again, this awesome character from the original trilogy, really cool, and then you get introduced to this little kid, and he's an annoying brat. Yeah. And it's like, why have you done this to me again?
Yeah. It's literally his first word is...
Yep.
Yep. That's it. Like one of the most badass bounty hunters in the universe, in the galaxy. Yep.
And he was renowned in the original trilogy for being like quiet and secretive, and he didn't need words to impress everyone. He just looked cool.
Yeah.
And in this one, he just doesn't shut up.
Oh my god, he doesn't shut up. Yeah.
Get him, Dad! Get him! Fire!
Just the dialogue with him, it's Anakin all over again from the first one. Just horrible. Just
we got him!
George Lucas just can't write for kids. He really can't. The visual effects kind of get a bit dodgy in this movie too. Not that they were great to begin with in Phantom Menace, and I know it's an older movie, but this is still in the 2000s now, and it looks very CGI. Some bits very glossy. The clones, you got Lord of the Rings coming out pretty much around the same time, and they had hundreds and hundreds upon extras in complete makeup and everything for the orcs. And then you go Attack of the Clones, where all they have to do is put on a white armor
suit.
And that's it, and they're all CGI. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
The opening chase is, it's ridiculously over the top, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The chase through Coruscant, and we get to learn, not learn, because we already knew that Anakin was a great pilot and everything, because you know that from the original trilogy. Ben Kenobi says that, but you get to see him in action here as a great pilot, and how insanely in tune he is with the Force, and how he can foresee things. Like when he jumps out of the speeder, and he like falls like hundreds and hundreds of meters and smack bang onto the target.
And it was good in that scene. There was a lot of development between Obi-Wan and Anakin as well. They're sort of bouncing off each other. You can tell, obviously, Anakin is still learning. He's still a Padawan, and Obi is still giving him insight and to what to do better, and etc. And as well as that happening within the chase, which is so much fun, like you said, it's also sort of giving you more insight on to what Black Coruscant is like.
Yeah.
So that was a really good scene because it was doing a bit of everything.
Because for all the time you spent in Coruscant in Phantom Menace, all you saw were rooms and the insides of political chambers,
the Jedi Temple,
and corridors,
and that's it.
And more corridors, and then you left. At least here you get to see the surroundings and kind of see the culture on the ground level. And I mean, it's not even like a great scene, but there are some good scenes on Camino, but they're just interspersed with just some weird cutaways. And it cuts, because it's got like 3 storylines kind of going at once. You kind of got Obi-Wan kind of like going on his investigation, which leads to the clone army, and then you got Anakin and Anakin and Padme going to Tatooine because Anakin's having premonitions that his mum's in danger, and then you kind of have just the Jedi Council, just Samuel Jackson and Yoda, just sitting in chairs, just talking
about why wisdom and stuff.
Yeah, which happens to be an entire subplot apparently. And it cuts between these 3 settings kind of awkwardly. It never really stays with anything long enough to give you enough time to really get into what each story is doing. I will say that the reunion between Anakin and his mum was very, very well done and very heartbreaking. And I mean, this is the movie, because it's the pivotal one in the trilogy, obviously being the middle one. And so this is the one where you start to see Anakin giving into his darker side. But the problem is, instead of him coming across as a tortured, troubled, just almost twisted soul, with leading into, one of the greatest villains ever seen on screen, he comes across as a whiny, bratty teenager half the time. And he's just annoying for half the time. Hayden Christensen is okay. You've got moments where he's fine, other moments when it's just so cheesy and overacted.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous. He's holding me back.
I think Ewan McGregor has a role where he sort of pulls him back into that kind of state where he's not such an annoying little prick, essentially.
And thank God Ewan McGregor's in this prequel trilogy, because he elevates it to something at least entertaining enough, because Ewan McGregor is just so good as Obi-Wan. And thankfully he has a lot of screen time in all 3 movies. But when it gets away from him, it really takes a dip. And like Mace Windu, Samuel Jackson's character, is really, really cool, but you don't really get to see him do anything until the end. And even then, it never really stays on him long. You see him do a couple really awesome things, and it just keeps cutting away to other people who just aren't doing anything interesting. Like the other Jedi are just kind of like flailing around doing nothing.
Speaking of that scene, there's a massive battle between the Separatist droid army and the Jedi.
Yeah.
I feel like the Jedi die way too easily.
Yeah, like they're all Jedi Masters pretty much.
They are.
They're all on the Jedi Council, and they're all the top of the Jedi, and they last a minute.
Yeah, they just get slaughtered.
Literally, they're just there,
just literally
doing this, and then a bolt on the side, and they just die. And it doesn't really follow on to what we know the Jedi to be.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like a sacred religion that are like
they're so in
Experts,
tune with everything. They can just predict everything. Like you see Qui-Gon in the first one, and he's like that. He can just deflect everything, and when he dies, it's not because he doesn't see anything coming. It's just he's like Darth Maul is so powerful. He literally has met his match. This is robots that take out the Jedi. And we do get to see the Clone War get kick-started at the end of this film, which was a very cool sequence.
I thought it was awesome, yeah.
Heavily CGI'd to the point that was too much, but it was cool. I mean, we finally see Yoda in action.
Yeah. Count Dooku in battle as well.
Yeah, Count Dooku was great. I'm not sure how I feel about Yoda's fighting. I don't know. It felt too much.
Interesting.
I get what George Lucas was going for, because the whole time we used to him being this, like, even in the original trilogy, he's just this frail little creature that's pretty much, he is on his deathbed in Return of the Jedi. And even in Phantom Menace, when it's a younger Yoda, he's always just sitting down. This is the first time you really see him in battle. And so I get that he wanted to kind of like wow the audience, but I feel like he spent more time flipping around than he actually was making contact with the lightsaber. He was just like, And I'm like, can you just stay on the ground and just fight the guy? He's Darth Maul. Count Dooku is just continuing trying to hit him, and Yoda just keeps jumping around. I'm like,
yeah, it's interesting you say that. Actually, when I first saw it, I thought it was like, he's this frail 800-year-old alien who's really wise and it doesn't, you never see him properly in action, and this is the first time you see him. And my thought was like, there's no way he could be doing that. He must be incredibly powerful with the Force to allow him to do that. And even though it probably is a little bit over the top, I still saw it as something like, well, like, he's the real deal,
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely got that. I just feel his fighting style didn't really fit with being a great fighter. He felt more just like the great evader. If that makes any sense.
Vader or Evader?
Evader. Because like the build up to him actually fighting Dooku was awesome. Like you see him just like absorbing the Force lightning.
Yeah, so it was
and then he says, obviously we can't finish this fight based on our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with the lightsaber. Here it comes. And the music, John Williams. Oh my god, John Williams' music like building up, and then open his Jedi robes and doesn't grab the lightsaber. He calls it with the Force and all in one shot, and he does his lightsaber pose. That was amazing with John Williams' music. Gave me chills. So good.
It was good.
But then, as soon as he jumps into action, that's when it became a bit cartoony, I thought. I thought his style in Revenge of the Sith was better. He was actually fighting more with the enemies, whereas here he just seemed to be jumping around too much. I don't know, that's just me.
Yeah, I don't really see another way they could have done it. I thought it was really cool. And I loved his line where he's like, much to learn, you still have.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. Yoda's just full of great one-liners.
Also, something about Yoda I don't really like, but I still think is iconic and amazing, is the way he talks. And I know everyone's like it's what makes Yoda. But it's like, how hard is it just to speak words in the right order? That's always confusing.
He says, may the Force be with you in the right order, so
Yeah,
everything else.
I mean, what are you going to say? May force the May with you or something? Doesn't work.
Again, like with Phantom Menace, John Williams has a stunning score with Attack of the Clones. Like the love theme between Anakin and Padme is great, which is the only really great thing about that whole romance. So, I mean, on that, yikes.
Yeah, they should have left each other a long time ago.
Yeah, we're talking about cringy scenes in Phantom Menace. Attack of the Clones just takes it away from the entire saga in terms of cringy, awful written dialogue. The bits when Anakin's supposed to be trying to, I don't know if he's flirting or just trying to seduce Padme.
Oh gosh.
I don't know what he's doing, but he comes off as like this, like, rapey vibe, like almost. Like talking about like how the sand is like coarse and here it's like really smooth and like stroking Padme, and she's just like, don't touch me.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Here everything is soft and smooth.
Yeah.
And then when Padme finally declares her love for him, it's just the worst dialogue. Like, I truly, deeply love you. No one says it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully it gets better.
Yeah, it does.
From there on out.
It's not good.
And they sideline Jar Jar a lot.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones.
Jeez.
He's a politician
Yeah.
now. Like the stupidest creature in the Star Wars universe is a politician, but okay. And the arena battle is really cool as well. But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Star rating?
I'll give it 3.5 stars.
Yeah, I'm the same. 3.5 for Attack of the Clones.
You must join me, Obi-Wan, and together we will destroy the Sith.
The dark side clouds everything. In grave danger you are.
Alright guys, that's it for this video. Those were our thoughts on Attack of the Clones. What did you think of the movie? Comment down below and give us your opinion. And keep an eye out for Revenge of the Sith. Our next review will be up very shortly as we continue our countdown for The Last Jedi. And make sure you subscribe down below if you like what you saw. We've got plenty more content coming out. Till next time, I'm Robbie.
I'm Jeremy.
And may the Force be with you.